had that many air raid warnings and we dashed into the shelter and nothing had happened that we got fed up of it. So we began to stop in bed.
Eventually, bunk beds put in and seats in the shelters. So some people, they thought there might be a raid, they'd go in there, rather than go to bed in their house, they would go and sleep in the shelter, whether there was an air raid or not.
And we all rushed into the shelter and we sat there quaking, quivering with fear. And then all of a sudden, there was a tremendous crump. It's indescribable, the noise, and the whole shelter seemed to lift up and then drop again. And when we came out in the morning, we didn't move the rest of the night. When we came out in the morning, all there was mounds of earth all over the place, and 3 terraces had been bombed flat.
If the air raid siren went while we were during lessons, immediately, so you had to run across the school field again, and each class had its particular shelter they had to go to. And of course, to begin with, we thought this was great fun.
It wasn't just the bombs that were going to come down on you. The Royal Artillery were firing at the planes and shells exploding in the air, and all that shrapnel had to come down. And as children, we used to go collecting it in the morning with pieces about like that and lying in the street. But you see, that was coming down at a terrific force. This was another reason for being inside the shelters, because what goes up's got to come down.
Half of this school has been evacuated. They've been sent away where it's supposedly safer.
Yes, they went to a place called Bunny, which is the other side of Ruddington, because there wasn't a very good bus service. In fact, I don't think there was one at all there. So we didn't see them for 9 months. Other children stopped 2 or 3 years. They lived on a farm. Of course, it was very educational, because up to that time, until you went and were evacuated, they never saw a cow.
So the rest of the children are left here to come to school. But at the start of the war, no school was allowed to have all the children together, just in case there was an attack.
When we got the milk delivered to the school for our morning break, it was frozen, but the pipes were just about hot enough. You all put your milk on the pipes around the school, de-iced it and got it warm for you.
He always picked out the very worst pupils, those that wouldn't behave at all, and they made them the milk monitors, and sent them out of the class so everybody else could work. And he used to send them down Arkwright Street for a new set of canes, because he used to wear them out very quickly. And when they came back, they were the first to try them to see that they were all right. As children, we used to play together in the street. All the street congregated together. In fact, they used to come in our house and we used to play cards, dominoes, you name it. We played we could play any game you could imagine we played, because you got nothing else to do. The only other entertainment was at Bridgeway Hall on the Tuesday night, I think it was, Tuesday or Wednesday. They used to show silent films, black and white silent films, and it cost you tuppence to go in. If you wanted to see a real film, you went to the Imperial on Wilford Road, and that was threepence. And that was on a Saturday morning. They used to show cartoons and feature films and war films and things like that. That was the height of the week.
And different times of the year, you had different games.
Season.
You had whip and tops, didn't you?
Whip and tops.
You remember the whip?
Yes, the window breakers we used to call them. There were 2 different types. One was like an upturned beehive, the round beehive, and the others was like a mushroom with a stalk, and they were the fastest ones. And they what we call the window breakers. We used to whip it, and and then really give it one, and it used to fly up, and if the window was in the way, it did break it, and then you were in real trouble.
The King has a ration book, the royal family have a ration book. Yeah, the Prime Minister in 1943 is Winston Churchill. He's the only person that does not have a ration book. Have a look and see how much we can have in a week. Our meat ration, we've eaten it actually, but it's about 2 lamb chops a week. And some of your money for your meat ration, which is 1 shilling and a penny, has to be spent on corned beef. Adults, we get 1 egg a week. Children, you get 2 to 3 eggs a week.
We didn't see many sweets in our family because the next door neighbour had got a very sweet tooth, and my mother thought we'd be better off with other things, so she used to swap our sweet coupons for next door neighbour's meat coupons. So we used to get quite a lot of meat. Well, we needed it because there was 9 in our family. I stopped school dinners. My mother wasn't a brilliant cook. Get fed up cooking for 9 every day. I used to enjoy the school meals more than I did home meals.